There seem to be basically two kinds of things that are common in metropolitan areas that are doing well. And they're not common to all of them, but there are two groups of things. One is an economy that's based largely on oil and gas. In Texas and some of the surrounding states, those metropolitan areas suffered very, very little from the recession and are doing relatively well. The other thing that's characterized many of the metropolitan areas that have done well is a lot of government-related employment. That's been the case in Washington, D.C., in a number of state capitals, and in other places like Virginia Beach and parts of Texas that are heavily dependent on the military. There are basically two groups of metropolitan areas that are still suffering very, very badly from the Great Recession, where there's really been little or no recovery. One group is places that enjoyed the housing boom and suffered from the housing bust. So those are places in Florida, Arizona, Nevada, and a few other places, inland California, that had big housing bubbles, and those housing bubbles burst. The second kind of place that still is suffering very badly is a place that is heavily dependent on auto or auto parts manufacturing, particularly if it's in the central Great Lakes area, so places like Detroit, much of Michigan, much of Ohio, much of Indiana is in that situation.